Hey, it's Amy. Welcome back to my channel. And no, I did not intentionally choose this water bottle. It just happened to match so nicely with my shirt. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what happens to your body and mind when you run consistently. But first, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. So let's talk about what exactly happens to our body and mind when we run consistently. First off, I want to be extremely clear that I'm not here to tell you that there's a specific runner's body and that you have to look a certain way to run, and that if you don't look like that, then you're not a runner. That is just so wrong. Every individual body is unique and looks unique. If you run, you have a runner's body. The end. Yes, in the elite world, we see certain body types, especially like in sprinters, they tend to be more muscular, and in the past, endurance runners like marathoners tended to be like really skinny, kind of long, leggy, I don't know, but now we're kind of seeing that flip. What I mean is that I think we're seeing that you don't need to look a certain way to do really well in races, especially like the marathon. I mostly look at the women, but if you look at women, they're muscular and super strong, and some of them are as short as me, which is very nice to see. So again, I just wanted to make that super clear that I'm not here, telling you have to look a certain way, because you don't. So right now in the video, I want to talk about some of the physiological benefits that happens when we consistently hit the pavement. It may look slightly different from individual to individual, but there are some general principles and things that happen to you when you run. The first benefit I'm going to talk about is that running consistently has the ability to reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease and just general issues. There was a study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology that proved or suggested that even doing 5 to 10 minutes of running each day, even with a slow pace, is associated with markedly reduced risk of death from cardiovascular diseases. If you think about it, when you run, you're forcing your heart to work a little bit harder to circulate and pump oxygenated blood to your muscles that you use when you're running. And there's a lot of them. And as your heart's a muscle, what happens to muscles when we use them regularly? They get stronger. Another cool heart thing is that there are also studies that show that exercise or aerobic exercise can have or be a potential non-pharmacological for blood pressure improvement in hypertensive patients. Basically, it can reduce high blood pressure. Wow. I know that's something that a lot of people deal with. Again, you don't have to run super long to reap the potential benefits of running. You just have to be consistent. Another body part that reaps the potential benefits of running consistently are the lungs. During exercise, two of our most major organs come into play: our heart and the lungs. The lungs bring oxygen into the body, which creates energy, and it removes carbon dioxide, a waste product created when you produce energy. So as I mentioned before, the heart pumps blood to the muscles that we use when we exercise. So when you exercise and use your muscles more, they require more oxygen, and as a result produces more carbon dioxide. To cope with the extra demand, your breathing has to go from 15 times a minute, or around 12 liters of air when you're resting, to about 40 to 60 when you're exercising. Your circulation also speeds up to keep the oxygen going to your muscles to keep you moving. I don't think you'd get very far if you didn't have oxygen to your muscles, so thank you, circulation. As I'll get into a little more detail later on in the video, the more you use your muscles, the stronger they get. And when they get stronger, the less oxygen they require. And they'll also produce less carbon dioxide as a result of using less or needing less oxygen. And this, as a result, reduces the amount of air that you need to breathe when you exercise. So you just become more efficient at using oxygen and just in general. Another benefit is that you get stronger muscles and a better endurance. I remember when I was first going to the gym and starting to exercise and eventually running, the main thing is I wanted to feel stronger. At that time I was single and I was just tired of struggling to carry my own groceries or lifting things, and lifting part is still questionable. I just wanted to be not out of breath when I go upstairs and just to feel healthier. So when you run consistently, your leg muscles have to get stronger, and the more you use muscles, they get stronger. But running doesn't also use just your legs, but it uses your core, your upper body, and You even use your arms when you run too. So it's kind of like a full body workout. Yes, your legs do predominantly the most of the work, but again, you can't really have an efficient form if your upper body is kind of flopping around. So it really does take your whole body to run efficiently, and that means a good form. So running doesn't give you a six-pack, but if you supplement it with strength training, which I highly recommend to help you stay injury-free and just a better runner, it just in combination will help you get stronger muscles. Your brain, this is really cool stuff. Neuroscientists at Cambridge University has proven that exercise stimulates gray matter growth in the brain, and it has a huge impact on mental ability. Like, your brain is stimulated by exercise. That is just so cool to me. In this study, a few days of running led to the creation of hundreds of thousands of new brain cells that improved the ability to recall memories without confusing them, a skill that is crucial for learning and other cognitive tasks, which is just a really good life thing. They are a little unsure why it stimulates this growth. They say it could be linked to the hormones that are released when you run, but I think there's still research going into this. Exercise also has the ability to reduce stress, and there's lots of research done about stress and how it impacts our body, but one thing that happens is that stress inhibits the creation of new brain cells through the hormone called cortisol. So many cool things about your brain, just fascinating. There are also benefits to your mental health when you run. I know I personally wouldn't be as nice person if I couldn't go out and exercise regularly, as I just find it a way to relieve stress, but also to just get outside and think or not to think. It's my choice. Especially in the last few years when most of my or all of my performing work got canceled because of the pandemic, I still had running. And I still could go outside and run and work towards my PBs and just becoming a better runner. So I'm really grateful that I still could go out for a run. How about you? Do you find running a boost for your own mental health? This benefit is not just like one body part specific, but it's just like in general, healthier food choices and lifestyle. From my own personal running and exercise journey, I have discovered how much food can directly impact how I do when I run, or just how I feel in general. I know when I was first getting into running and I would go for a run in the morning, I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. I shouldn't have ate that whole entire bag of chips the night before. I'm not saying you can't have chips and snacks, but for me, I just try to time it or just not have the entire bag. It's just in moderation. I'm just more conscious of the food I eat because I know it fuels my body, and if I want to hit my PBs and run the paces that I want to do, I need to have the fuel to support that. I want to make sure I'm hitting all the proteins, the carbs, and the healthy fats that my body needs to function. And to function in a high level so I can run fast and long distances. My husband and I love to cook and love to eat. Before I got really into running and exercising, food just wasn't that important to me. Like, yeah, I needed it to live, but you know how some people are live to eat or eat to live. I think I was more in the eat to live part. Now I'm definitely in the live to eat. I also think it was because I used to travel a lot and I wasn't able to cook a lot for myself, and it was just this vicious cycle. So when I actually had more time and I was home more, I discovered just how much I love to cook and just eat things, and I like making things that I eat. Yeah, it's just, I really enjoy it. I know I can always do better with veggies and all that stuff, but I just really enjoy food. I also don't stay up super late at night because I'm trying to hit at least 8 hours of sleep at night so I can recover properly and feel rested so I can go for my run in the morning. Before, my sleeping pattern was just not good, and I was probably getting like 6 hours of sleep or less a night, which is just not healthy. So just eating and sleeping just really has made a huge impact on my mental health, but also in running too. I feel way stronger and able to run the high mileage that I like to do. Another potential benefit of running consistently is your body composition. I don't really like talking about losing weight or having a specific body type, or that one body type is the best body type. There was actually an article published in Sports that says that running doesn't actually have a huge impact on losing weight. I don't want you to think that, oh, running is a waste of time and that it just won't make me lose weight if that's something that you're focused on. But it just means I think you're gonna unlikely to see huge changes from day to day in your body composition or just losing weight. Though there are things that happen to your body, like your heart and lungs, that happens that you may not be able to see. Even if you don't see yourself losing the weight, your muscles are strong because you use them consistently when you run. It also depends on your genetics and gender too. Men, I'm sorry, have a lot easier time losing weight than women do, and that's just not fair. I do say that aerobic exercise does help burn fat, and that is one thing that it can do, but I think it's just a combination of, eating well and exercising, sleeping. All these things have an impact on losing weight, and if that's a reason you've picked up running. I just don't want you to be too disappointed by just not shedding the pounds. I think it's just, again, a combination of several factors. Yeah, I think some people just generally have a higher metabolic rate that makes them easier to burn calories than others, and again, that's not fair. Physical activity guidelines for Americans suggest doing about 150 to 300 minutes of activity or exercise weekly. This is to help maintain your overall health and weight. Or to make that more running specific, about 75 minutes of running per week. So you may lose weight running, but I think the better benefit is that you gain muscles and get stronger when you run. Another benefit is healthy joints and ligaments. I remember when I first, again, got into running, people are like, oh, be careful running, it will destroy your knees and blah, blah, blah. So it was kind of scary. However, there are studies that prove that running is not bad for your knees. It actually can help prevent osteoarthritis or other things that happen to your knees. I think what causes the bad rep on our knees or just bodies in general is factors like improper footwear, improper training plan that spikes the mileage too quickly that you get injured from, or your form could be a little off that could be aggravating something and causing an injury that way. When you run, you use your ligaments and that makes them stronger too. I don't know why I'm doing this. In general, running is an amazing activity that I love to do, and I know many others like to do as well. There are so many health benefits to running, and I know I didn't cover all of them, and I just had so much fun doing research for this video. Of course, running can bring some not so great things, like injuries can happen, yes, but I think the benefits outweigh the potential risks. I have made so many amazing friends, and running has shown me that I can do hard things and I can push through big workouts and survive and just do these awesome races, and it just brought so many wonderful things to my life, not just physically and mentally, but just a lot of great things. How about you? In what ways have you noticed running has impacted your body or your mental health too? Please share them in a comment below. I hope you enjoyed this video of the wonderful benefits of running consistently, and if you liked it, tap that thumbs up button. Happy training and hydrating, and I'll see you next time.